Good afternoon from Nigeria. Good afternoon from my house. Today I am not in the market. I'm at home, and I apologize for how yesterday's live ended. The battery ran out. Like the battery ran out of juice. It wasn't deliberate. I was in Nigeria market. I was loving it. There was a lot of messages that I've not read, and I am sorry. That's all I can say. I'm watching something on the TV for those of you wondering why my eyes up. How are you? Please confirm if you can hear me loud and clear. I think there's a few things that I need us to talk about. But then you guys can also ask me questions, whether personal or sports related. We would all talk about it and see how it goes. And a lot more. Uh, uh, we Oh, white background is not good for this life. It's making me not to see clearly. It's my eye matter. I need to go fix some more. That fear of wearing under glasses not my problem, but I will figure them out. I will find a way. So guys, how are you guys doing? How is family? How's everything? Our people that are struggling with school fees as the schools resume this week, or for some people last week. I can only say God is your strength, because me too, I'm struggling with my own. I won't lie. And I have a question to ask. You guys think that we should be doing this live like three times a week? Uh, it's up to you guys to determine that one. Tell me what you guys think we should do, and how you want us to go about it. I'll be very happy to hear from you guys, and all my top fans, all the people who are amongst the members, all my membership. God bless you, people. I know that, compared to other channels, membership is very, very small. Like, are you joking compared to other people? But my mom used to say this: the food on your plate, that one na be your own. Chop am and enjoy am well. No, they eat your food and they put eye for another man plate of food. That's what my mother used to say. And I've always lived my life on those principles. Uh, for Bible, they say contentment with godliness is great gain. Anyhow, I want interpreter, make an interpreter. But basically, what I am saying with that is that I kind of live my life celebrating what I have. Okay, celebrating what I have, and anyhow, anybody wants to explain it or translate it or interpret it, I don't care. Again, I want to say to everybody who engage the content that we put out, and somehow find time to like and to comment on it, I am super grateful, extremely grateful in this channel to grow and grow and grow and grow. So for those of you guys who support, and then for those who, when they watch our content, send us super thanks, or send us like on the live, those who send us super chats, oh, take this £10, £5, $5, 1,000 naira, 5,000 naira to drink tea, cup of coffee. To be honest with you, I not too they drink coffee. Once in a while they drink, I not too they drink coffee, but I am grateful. You guys are the reason why this channel is growing. I hope that my voice is audible anyway. Then let's come to talk about Champions League. There are games for tonight, and we hope that I don't know if people like it, but I don't like a 4-4 scoreline for football. Like, so yesterday, let's look at yesterday's result first. Arsenal went away and won 2 goals to nothing. I honestly was not sure if Arsenal was going to win in the way they started the game. But then this is what you get when there is competition in your squad. Players that normally don't, care, begin to fight for their place. So two players that have been a major talking point in the transfer window, the whole summer transfer window, was should they be sold or should they be kept? That's Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli. For Gabriel Martinelli, I'm one of his strongest believer, even though sometimes in the former hand, I'm one of those people who believe that first off, Gabriel Martinelli should be kept, but beyond being kept, is one player that eventually will find form, and Arsenal would sell him for between 65 to 80 million. His age is still on his side. Brazil have a good World Cup in 2026. That's the kind of player that you will make good money from, not all this one that they wanted to sell him this summer. So I thought that keeping him was a good thing. And he's not really a bad player, to be very honest. I don't care what anybody have to say, what opinion anybody have. That player is not a bad player. Came on yesterday and we saw it. And we also saw that, what's it called? NEPA have taken light. You see, this is what we deal with here in Nigeria. This is the only difference for now between Nigeria and the abroad. But hey, what do? You face it head on and you tackle your challenges. Let me walk back. It's a bit far where my gen house is. Yesterday they stole one of my gen. They stole part from my gen while I was in the market. Some people enter the premises and lose my gen coil. I'm sure it's generator repairers. Somebody have given them money. Maybe they've eaten it and they just remember that company, they have a lot of gen. Let me just dodge in if I can and benefit something. I didn't switch off my ACs. So that's what happened. So let's talk about football. Let's continue talking about football. If you guys notice, Eze did not get this supply and he had a very quiet game. That's the thing I was explaining. The way people misinterpret what I say most times is surprising. We don't like Eze because I'm Igbo boy. I say, Eze not be Igbo boy, he's not a British boy. But that's a conversation for another day. It's not like Martinelli is a bad player. He plays in a team that does not consider feeding the left wing because over the years, they built the team around the player who plays on the right-hand side. His name is Bukayo Saka, and he's also an England international. So one way or the other, everything was designed to please and favor him, and that's how we have that Bukayo Saka issue where the ball is always going to the right, and also a creative midfielder that also does not know how to play to the left. I'm talking about Martin Odegaard. We saw a glimpse of that yesterday, and I just hope that eventually Arsenal find the balance, because finding that balance might just be the difference between Arsenal winning a title or not winning it. Having said that, I'm going to mute my mic for a few minutes so that I can put on my gen, and then I'm back. Sorry guys for that mutation, for that few minutes of muted broadcasts. The noise in that gen house would have really not worked well for you guys. So back to what I was saying. That guy has not replied me. I sent a message. I'm waiting for his response. I'll send you his number, Cha. So, guys, we're back. You should have started this live since 12 o'clock, but I got like some visitors. Needed to sort them out before it ended. What are the games we're looking forward to tonight? There was Arsenal away at Bilbao yesterday. There was Dortmund. I think that was the game of the night. But I just don't like basketball scoreline in football. It was first half football, second half basketball. So it was the best of both sports that we got yesterday, where Juventus and Dortmund gave us first half of a drab football game and a second half of a basketball game. It was exciting anyway. I mean, for the neutrals, that's an exciting one. But just imagine yourself being a fan of Juventus or Dortmund. I don't think you will find it funny. That's my opinion anyway. And then the scam of the night. For me, that's a fraud. I don't know how anybody will take it, but Real Madrid was helped by UEFA and the referee yesterday. It's not the first time this is happening to Real Madrid, in favor of Real Madrid or FC Barcelona, but let's leave Barcelona out of this. Let's deal with the merit of that one. In my opinion, I think that Madrid, the referee robbed Olympique de Marseille. Worst case scenario, Roberto Di Zerbi and his boys deserve a 1 draw in that game. I don't know what you guys think, but you can share your thoughts and your opinion on that one for me and let me know where it is. But let's go through the various comments that have been pushed in already. This Chuchu is always making me think that is my sister that is commenting from the Netherlands. Tosin Madi says hi. Chuchu say hello, Mr. Idafi. Tosin say loud and clear. Chuchu babe says good morning. Zigo say, why do we have to pay to watch your recent video? No, there's no recent video that you have to pay for. Oh, okay, I scheduled it for tomorrow. It will go live tomorrow. But those people who are members can already watch from today. So it's 1 day. They have 1 day ahead. That's the benefit of membership. You're not paying to watch my recent video. Membership are people who consider this channel as a channel that they want to support, and I mean it's not expensive. Membership, gold membership is 1,000, silver membership is 750, bronze membership is 500 naira. That's per month. So that's why it's like that. So it is scheduled to go live tomorrow. I think that's the NFF my take on the way forward for Nigerian football. And I do think that the perks of membership should start kicking in. So if you're a member of the channel, if you have membership, you would already watch it today. But if you don't, you would have to wait till tomorrow when all the members are done watching and dropping their comments. Then you can watch it tomorrow. So it's different from saying we have to pay to watch it. I hope you understand that one, Zigo. Tosulima, they say, what would you do with Martinelli? No, I will keep him. Martinelli will be in this squad. One of the problems with Arsenal last season and even 2 seasons ago, remember when that part where Saliba got injured, is the fact that the starting 11 and maybe 2 or 3 players on the bench are top players. The rest are just players that are struggling, that are just, neither here nor there. So you want to also have players, one, who have points to prove. The World Cup is next year. Everybody is trying to prove a point. And then there are the surprise element. Like last season, the surprise element was Miles Lewis Kelly, Inten Waneri, and Jacob Kivior towards the end of the season. Or Jacob Kivior, as they call him, right? This season, we've already have our first surprise element, like massive surprise. I didn't see that coming. In Christian Mosquera. Cape had a little cameo yesterday. That's not enough to assess him yet, but we would see more. And I like the fact that this season Still early days, 4 games played in the league and 1 game in the Champions League. But Julian Timber seems to have a stable, steady, and consistent play. Steady and consistent, isn't the same word. Okay, whatever, sha. Yeah, so that's it. For Martinelli, I will keep him. If we can keep Trossard, why not keep Martinelli? Martinelli is young, he's vibrant. I know he's a good player. He's shown us before. We loved him when he did that 14 goals and 12 assists or so. Couple of the last season of Granit Xhaka. So I do think that cannot just disappear from him, and it's not like a Marcus Rashford kind of disinterested. Disinterested is just that his side of the field is the lonely part of the Arsenal team, and then he does better tracking back than Eze. I'm not trying to run Eze down or trying to talk him down. I'm just doing my own opinion, comparative analysis, so people don't misunderstand this. So for me, there are games where he will come in. Take for instance, teams that play sitting deep, Eze is your best bet to unlock them because he's steady, he raises his head up, he releases the ball faster. Teams that play high line, you need Martinelli, get the ball, run, because if Martinelli gets in front of you, he's not Thierry Henry, but he's that kind of player. Like, you start praying to your God, oh, help me God. So we need him in the squad. I don't want a squad of just 11 or 14 players. I need a squad of 22 players that can play. There are some teams you need like your top players. I think what Arteta have not gotten right in this team is that midfield. Sometimes the midfield is too cautious, like against Liverpool and the first half of yesterday. Again, if you look at the team yesterday, one of the things I was explaining to my wife was that it is very rare to have an entire front line of new players. New players that are coming from, different structure. Eze coming from Crystal Palace, a team that sits and hits you on the counter. Madueke coming from Chelsea, that doesn't play regularly. And Victor Gyökeres coming from a team where everything is put on the plate for him and he just go and score. These players need to learn how to intertwine and understand each other well for everything to gel. And then to now have a midfield that is more defensive than offensive also can, cause you to play drab. But we will see how it develops. I think that when the team gel, somewhere around that December, January, when they get into the new year, something tells me Arsenal will be untouchable. But between now and then, they shouldn't drop too many points. This weekend we're playing against Man City. Now Arsenal should not go with that mentality of if we're not going to win, make we draw. They should go all out there. I'm in support with Thierry Henry on this one. Should go all out there saying if we want to win the league, these are the games we must be winning. So we'll see how that goes. The last couple of games, I've not been really convincing, but convincing or not, I think Arsenal have scored about 9 goals. They scored 1 against Man United, scored 5 against Leeds United, and then scored 2. Is it 9 goals or 8? They did score against Liverpool. They scored. Is it 2? Okay, they scored 3. It's 9 goals. They scored 3 against Nottingham Forest. 2 for Zubimendi and 1 for Gyökeres. Now that's 9 goals in the league, and they've conceded 1. In the Champions League, they played only 1 game, scored 2 goals, 2 quick fire goals in the second half. I don't think that is bad, but they just need to go to City and try to get a win. It's not going to be easy. City are also gelling in their own. They've lost 2 games already, so that's a bad place to go and play right now. But they have to figure out how that will work and get a win. Tosi Remadi say, what would you do with Martinelli? I've explained that. Pure Mindset, I like the name. Say welcome back, thank you very much. Chuchu say, do you think Real Madrid are good enough to win the Champions League this season? So that thing I always say, don't bet against Real Madrid, because apart from them raising their game, they don't always play well in the group stage. They just know how to qualify from the group stage. And then once you get to the knockout stage, you don't beat them and they get to the finals, you're winning. But based on current form, and it's still just early season, so you can't really judge the forms, but the fact that they didn't sign too many players, they still have the same players from last season, and they've not been convincing, people say, but they are on top of the La Liga, if I'm not mistaken. They just won yesterday by hook or by crook. So I put them among the top final 8. That's the quarterfinals and our worst case scenario semi-finals. But I don't think I want to pick them as my awesome favorite to win the title. Well, we're still far away, so it's early days here. Chukwudi Ede says, why did you leave Brila? It's a long explanation about, I owe you guys that one. So in July of 2017, I signed my first contract with Brila in 2012. Let me give you guys a background of it. And the contract, the piece of the document is somewhere in this house, my study. So the contract says I state all the terms, the clauses and everything. And I've been very, very committed to it. First off, it was not a terrible contract. I signed it, I put my name to it, so it means I would execute. I worked 8 days in a 7 days week. No leave, no off. For 5 years plus that I did that under the contract, there was no leave for me, no off, nothing. In 2014, I went to the World Cup and came back. And by 2016 or so, or 2015, we hired Swore and SIM card. Swore, in case for those of you who don't know, is my cousin, right? My dad are brothers. And SIM card is my fellow Warri brother. So we grew up together, practically did pidgin English. So when SIM card left, because they added to his job, his duties, but they didn't add money, and he resigned. For those who don't know, SIM card is a lawyer. He read law from University of Benin. And he resigned. He was doing his thing. So most times we hang out together like brothers in our family. But we just had this talk of, guys, this time that we have, I close by 10:30, 11. SWOR resumes in the afternoon. But then we have a lot of time on our hand. I said, why don't we do like sports as the ought for the fans, for fun's sake, since officially like proper broadcasting, you're not allowed to eat and talk sports. So let's create this. This is like a parody show where we're eating just like the way they do in the Niger Delta. You know how we say in the Niger Delta that word made is sweet without drink or food for table. They use the word cola. You're not going to talk word without cola, so you must be shoe mat to talk. So we just created that thing. Honestly speaking, at that time I did not know YouTube was a commercially viable space. I didn't know that YouTube was, it wasn't something big in my head. It was just, let's just keep our memories there. Let's just put something there and get the fans engaged even when we're not on air or radio. And I think when the first episode dropped, July, I didn't know that they held a meeting behind me. I get to find out later that they didn't like what I did. But because I'm not bragging, but I was the best person in that organization. If you talk of all the on-air personalities, the only person who matches I could put him above me, but if it comes to football analysis, I'm number one. Is Murphy Jemba. That guy is on another level, right? So when they called the meeting, they go come meeting where they want to kill you. You could arrange shares. So when they called the meeting, we did wave your banner on Friday night. It's like on the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. No, on the 14th, right? And so I'm missing it too. On the 12th, yes, wave your banner was on the 12th, Friday. Then Saturday was 13, Sunday was 14, Monday was 15. So they said there's a meeting with the chairman. In my head, I thought there was a 10 o'clock meeting with the chairman. I thought, okay, we're going to discuss how we're going to go this season. What's the direction we're going in terms of analysis, in terms of promotion, in terms of marketing, branding, and all that. And we got into the meeting. Everybody was there. Like I've never entered a meeting in the chairman's office with that much number of OAPs. He was there. The chairman's daughter was there. All the managers, Raji, Jidoju, everybody was there. And then the chairman started talking. And it was not a straight conversation like, oh, you did this, you're fired. No. It was, oh, some people are not lawyers, some people are not committed, blah, blah, blah. You know all those side talk where you really are not getting the hang. I still sit down there, I still sit down there thinking, All this loyalty thing no matter now. No who. So I was not thinking it was even me. Then it matters like going. Some people have their own plans. They like to push their own buttons. They want to do online TV. They should come out playing. Now that I can't like. Wait to. When I'm like saying that sports as what happened to. But then there were so many things that in my school. I have this school where we take 100 students every year, and that I was teaching. I invited the daughter. You see how harmless my mind was. I invited the daughter to come and speak to them. She had gone to school abroad. She's gone to Harvard. Come and speak to my students. Inspire them that they can be anything they want to be, because that's the whole goal of it. Teaching these children from the slum that where you're coming from does not define you. You can change your story. I think she recorded me when I was talking to the children. And I just made an off-the-cuff regular comment. My boss, Larry Zamoji, I just used that word, right? And in that meeting, they're like, you even mentioned my name without putting the doctor. Anything hits me. I'm like, this man. And like this is not even important. So there were so many things that the wave your banner that we just did. I did not even participate in anything. I wasn't committed to it. And then they start pointing people that, this one is lawyer, this one is lawyer, this one is lawyer. That they offered me a couple of months before, they offered me a managerial position. And I turned it down. Now, this is my reason of turning it down. That place was a sex pool. It was a very crazy place. Certain people take the office of being a manager like a do or die. And I said, you do not need the position, a title, to function. What, unbeknownst to the chairman and his team, was the fact that almost everybody in programs, now me be the reason why they still did it. So I was already doing the thing that you were offering me, a title plus an increase in salary. So I turned it down because I know certain people that would feel hot. I know how the place is. People already, let me tell you, an organization where I use my own money, design t-shirts. You understand? That's, that I love New York. If some of you have seen me wear it, I love Brila, kind of stuff. I was told by managers to stop wearing it, that I'm making other people look bad. Like, okay. I had this green and red shirts, two of them, that a former classmate of the chairman sewed for me when I was going to Brazil. I said, design it. He was a tailor. He's a tailor. Live down the road here. I said, design it. So when I go there, the brand will be popping. Because when we're going to Brazil, they're not even give us t-shirt or pin. Like, people know, say there's a radio call like that. I was told by a manager that I should stop wearing it. I should not wear this thing, come to the office. I'm making, it's looking like I'm the only one that's loyal. Oh, okay. I stopped wearing it. I even dashed my younger brother. Like, there's no need. Just take it. I don't even want to read anything to it. Bro, that didn't answer all this guy. All those people are not the loyal people. I said, okay. A couple of years later, all of those people were arrested for stealing, running down the business, and blah, 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 blah. But that's later. Those are the loyal people. So they now told me, okay, officially, they didn't sack me. Let me put that to bed today. The reason why I came out to say I was sacked at the time I left, which is something I shouldn't have done, I felt it is easier for people to rubbish me within a short time than for the station to take a hit. Because I know I'm your prime guy. If I leave, it's going to... So it wouldn't be nice to the station if I say I walked out on them. So I was told that, I'm not going to go on air from tomorrow, which is from the 16th. This is the true story. This is the true story. But I should resume and be doing, in his word, my chairman's word, repertorial duty. That's like be helping to research stories to the people that are going on air. I left his office. I walked into the HR room, the manager, Mr. Victor, who has also left. And I told him, these are your ID cards. My next contract is October. I'm not doing again. This is your pin. I removed the pin. I gave it to him, and I said, I'm done. So I left. Then you don't want to understand the witch hunting that went after. Took my car, told everybody not to give me job, agency not to give me any campaign. And I used to tell my wife, like, who even tell these people say I won't work for radio again? I cannot have done this 13 years plus. So that's how I left Brila. That's the truth of my exit. Now, for the first 2 weeks, I didn't even say a word. I didn't say one thing to anybody. I just people were guessing. Maybe they don't leave. Maybe he travel. One thing. Maybe he go. Some people I see people writing that he went on training. Even the station could not even use the usual word that they use for people because, according to what I heard later, they were expecting me to come back and beg. So they didn't use the usual word that we use when anybody leaves. Say he has moved on. They didn't use it until my guys, Murphy, Sean, everybody started leaving. So they noticed, oh, the house of cards is crumbling. And then they turned it on me, took my car, block everywhere, like every possible place I could make money, I could like do campaign or get anybody. Then in that period, I'm not accusing them on this one. 3 years down the line, 20 April during COVID, my old Twitter account I have about 49,000 followers got hacked. And that's where, I was getting a few campaign. So I was like, I just told my wife, and then we had a kid. We had a son who was born in July of 2019. I told my wife, I said, you know what? This YouTube thing, let me just take it. If somebody sacked me because I did YouTube harmlessly, why not do it like make it your job? Work hard and be successful at it. Yes, there's going to be roadblocks, there's going to be obstacles. There was a time where I lost this same YouTube account. I lost it for 8 months. I was writing till, they ask questions. YouTube will send you this one, fill this form. When did you open it? When did you upload your first content? When did you do this? So I was dealing with all that, and then I got my channel back. But the monetization that I'd gotten with that RMD Lawa video have been disabled. So it was like starting afresh again. I got monetized in 2019, but then I start afresh again, and it was 2022 that I was remonetized again. It was crazy. The people were just reporting my channel unnecessarily. Random people that I don't know. I don't use their content. I don't use all my content are original content. I was just getting people, reporting my channel. So I now also had to write a full compliment of a letter to YouTube and tell them this is what I'm going through. When anybody report my channel, please ask them how did I infringe on their rights or their copyright or anything, because it's not just enough for somebody to report a channel and then you would want to take it down. Also figure out. So that's it. Chukwudieze, that's the answer to that question. I hardly respond to this question, but that's the full one. I've had too many people on my WhatsApp, DMs, everywhere. Why did you leave? That's my reason. And somebody will say, why didn't you go to other radio station and continue like your other guys? Well, you now know the story. But then, it was in 2023 that I made up my mind that, this YouTube now, I must succeed with it. I want to work, I want to be a full-time YouTuber. I didn't used to call myself a YouTuber. I used to call myself a sports entrepreneur. But then it was that time, I made up my mind that this thing, put a gun to my head, I must do it. Choo, he said, live every day up to me. So I cannot guarantee live every day. Take for instance, on Monday, I'm in Ikeja, setting up the show, the gliders, right? So that's not going to be possible. But I can do other days. But I just need everybody's opinion. Tosilio Made says, at Chuchu, Real Madrid usually improve as the tournament progresses, so you can't write them off yet. No, nobody can write Real Madrid off. This is their tournament actually. They have more titles than some big club have league titles in the Champions League, so it's hard for you to really write them off. Cosman Mekus say, bros, money no, I have to know who they are. Hope your people are doing great. The UCL yesterday was great with beautiful football action and lots of drama and goals. Man, that Juventus Dortmund game, man. They're both Freeman for war. First half 0-0. Look like it's a drab. I was talking to somebody on the phone. I say, let's say Juventus don't score all their goal against Inter. They're not going to see goal score. Bah, 1-0, 1-1, 2-1. See, the scoreline almost a reminiscence of the Inter game. It was beautiful, Sha. It was beautiful. Man, that yield is That Yildiz. That boy, don't tell why the praise him. I talk say I want Arsenal sign and since. Tosilema, they say, which game surprised you the most last night? Now the Juventus Dortmund game. Because the way it started, I didn't see 8 goals in that game. I didn't see a basketball scoreline in that game, but it happened. So that's the one that surprised me the most. The one that I love the most is Arsenal going to win against Athletic Bilbao. There was a part of me that was saying Arsenal might struggle, because their stadium is a hollow stadium like the No Camp, but then Arsenal won and kept another clean sheet and was still bold enough to give some people their first cap and all that. But I'm still worried about certain players never gel for the Arsenal team, so I'm a bit worried. That's where my worry is. But other than that, I won't lie to you. I think I like what I'm seeing with the Arsenal team. The fact that an Arsenal team have Gabriel Jesus injured, Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard. Nogard played yesterday. He's back from his injury. Ben White. That's the person I want to remember. Ben White. All this, them William Saliba. All this injured. In all these players that are injured, almost all of them are first-team players if they are fit. In short, all of them, maybe apart from Ben White currently, but every other player in that team is a first-team player. The fact that about 6 first-team players are injured, we still have a good starting first 11, and players coming from the bench still give you confidence that, these guys can change the game. And truly, 2 players came from the bench, create and scored. For me, was beautiful. But I love the Juventus game. I don't think I like how that penalty was awarded to Real Madrid. The one that surprised me was Royal Union St. Gallen beating PSV by 3-1. I would not lie, I never saw that coming. I was angry with the Villarreal goalkeeper for that howler that gave Tottenham the win. Would have been okay with the draw for them. I'm not a fan of Tottenham Hotspur, I won't lie. I don't like them. And another game that the result did not really reflect what I anticipated was Benfica losing to Karabakh 3-2 at home. That one, like I didn't see that coming, but I think tonight we would see maybe better action, if I want to put it that way. But I mean, there were very good games yesterday. I won't be surprised if Olympiacos wins. Slavia Prague and Bodo Glimt. I'm going to put on my smart money on Slavia Prague on that one. Ajax Inter, it's a knockout game that came too early. But hey, it's football. The Champions League right now, no get respect for anybody. So I'm looking at that with a keen interest. Bayern Chelsea is another knockout or final game that is coming too early. But hey, it is what it is. Then there's Liverpool Atletico de Madrid. There is PSG Atalanta. Let's hope, as the coach of Atalanta have said, that Ademola Lookman have been integrated back. It's working well. He's doing well. Let's hope that he would add value and put Atalanta Paris Saint-Germain to the sword, and we'll see how that goes. But Paris Saint-Germain are not really in their best element right now. They have some injuries to deal with, and then they've lost their goalkeeper, Donnarumma. So it's a game that if Atalanta really find their rhythm and they get in their full flow, it's a game they can win. In my opinion, it's a game they can win. Choo says Tosilima most definitely, but don't trust their midfield with Gula. I think Gula is a good player. In my opinion, Gula is a good player, but the whole chemistry of that midfield is a bit something that I cannot really trust myself. But I don't think I can put a bet on Madrid to win this season's Champions League. I don't think so. But because they are Madrid, something's like yesterday now. Madrid had no business winning that game yesterday. Worst case scenario, draw. But they end up with 3 points. That's the Madrid thing. So I'm always, careful with them. Tosilema, they say, which game? Okay, I think I've read that one. True. Tosila went on to say, Real Madrid is really struggling in the middle and back line. Yes. Cosman Meku say, that's how I love my games. I love goals. Maybe you want to say, galore. Watching 1-0 matches irritates me. I love seeing goals. I love seeing goals, but it should be like 4-2, 3-1, 5-1. Two teams scoring 4 each and conceding 4 each. Like, okay, as an analyst now, where do you want to say the fault is? Juventus goalkeeper was culpable for a lot. But again, sometimes I saw the defense being too overconfident. Then when Juventus scored, you know that the 4 goals that Juventus scored, I couldn't really pick anyone to blame anybody like, okay, you have done this, this is your fault. I didn't see that. So those are some of the things. As an analyst, your job is incredibly good when you can create a scenario and say this is the reason. Yildiz goal was a worldie. It's a beautiful caller. You're not going to blame anybody for considering that kind of goal. Yeah, you say, oh, the defenders, they backed up, or the defensive midfielder should have closed him up. These are moments in football. They happen. And the other one, the third, the fourth, like that. Same for Karim Adeyemi's goal. Everybody was expecting that he would pass the ball, he would play a through ball, play wide. And then it's not even a shot. Just whipped the ball and the ball just strode. The goalkeeper was blocked. Before I could see the ball was already in the net. But I think that Juventus goalkeeper is not a class goalkeeper. It's just there. It's maybe in the same class with Onana. Just that he's sitting in front, Onana is sitting in the back as Agbekpo. That's, in my opinion, might be wrong. Ogoshola Abdul Karim Dayo say, Nepal, na their way. I don't go on, Jen. Emmanuel Skifu, he say, now for Nepal. Don't worry. Tosin Lemade says, Gen repairer and stealing na 5 and 6. I did tell you. Kusma Ameko say it's a pity. It's people you big pass. Yeah, I know. Chuchu say Eze isn't all that good. Dude is overrated. I don't want to say he's overrated, but there's something I said that people were angry about. I have not seen Eze. First, to move from a stable, mid-table club to not play for a club that is competing for title, like every season there's high demand for title, it's 2 different things. Eze has never in his life played like above 75% for 10 consecutive games in his career. It's like Kelechi Iheanacho. There is no argument about his talent, but can you bank on him? Because for a team that wins title, you need to be able to bank on 80% of your starters for 90% of the season. Imagine Kevin De Bruyne having 1 good game and then go 10 games before having another good game. Man City would not have won all those titles. Imagine Haaland not scoring on a regular basis. That treble would not have happened. So that's the thing about Eze. So whether he's overrated, I think it's so with Arsenal. Let me tell you something about Arsenal that I've noticed over the years, and it's not just an Arsenal thing. It's a thing with clubs that have not won anything. Look at Spurs. Every time they sign one player, they think that player is Maradona, that player is Messi, and everything. Every time they miss out on a player, you see their fans crying and nagging. Now they now have a guy, a sports fan, Expressions, who have a channel who's, I think for me, is the most dramatic person on YouTube. I love his work. I watch him. I love him. He used to be with the AFTV guys, but he's doing very well with his content. And because of his Jamaican patois, but his wordplay currently, I don't know, maybe I've not watched. His wordplay is the best in the whole world. I mean, I respect the guy. You can be on opposite side with people and still respect what they do. I respect his work greatly. Like that's something, some piece of work that he does. So for Arsenal, the fact that Arsenal, and then last January they didn't sign player, they say, oh, because we didn't sign a striker, that's why we didn't win the league, blah, blah, blah. Every signing this season, apart from Nogard and Noni Madueke, was over-celebrated. But they were regular signings. Maybe the key signing for Arsenal was Zubimendi. The one that has come to me as a surprise, obviously I didn't know him before, I won't lie, was Christian Mascara. Even Nogard, at some point I was thinking, because he has his Premier League experience, would be a regular starter in the team. Victor Corres, based on the high number of goals, he has not wowed me. He has scored regular goals, easy goals. He has not given me this reason where I am thinking that opposition are afraid of us because he's starting. Like how you used to be afraid of Michael Owen, Mo Salah, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Didier Drogba, Thierry Henry, Cristiano Ronaldo, this Alan Shearer and Wright, these guys, Eric Cantona, Mark Hughes, Dwight York, and the co. The way we used to fear them, that these guys are playing. I don't think anybody is right now playing tactically thinking, oh, your currency is going to play. Let's beware. Let's put 2 men on him. No. You know why? Because his game is predicated on the creativity of the people behind him. And right now, Arsenal is not doing much. That's why people look at Arsenal's game and see most of the game being boring. Yes, because what we have are play breakers. Zubimendi is a play breaker. He plays between the lines sometimes. He's a good press-resistant player, but not really a dazzler. Not a Sami Nasri, not a Santi Cazorla, not a Mesut Ozil, not a Thomas Rosicky, right? So that's what I mean by that. But we'll see as it goes. Chuchu says Odegaard as well. Oh, Odegaard is the most overrated player in the world, in my opinion. And you guys know that I have my gross with him. I think that now that we have other players anyway, but I've always said you cannot win anything major with Odegaard in your creative sport. Now that we have other players to support and to bench him, to compete with him, maybe he will also raise his game when he comes. But I just have my own issues with Odegaard. Tosilema, they say, won't be surprised if Ezra, is it Ezra you wanted to say, or is it struggle at Arsenal? Because it would be hard to build the team around him like he enjoyed at Palace. Okay, that's easy you're talking about. I also think so too. But the good thing with him is that he's proving that he has this thing about him where he come good when least expected. So we'll be banking on that one. Chuchu said, I remember telling a Real Madrid fan that Odegaard was overrated. Old Drifty say, bring back Big Sam Allardyce. For which team? Which team would you want to have Big Sam Allardyce? But I like him. I liked him in his days, but I think his past. Big Sam Allardyce, Redknapp, Alan Pardew. What's that guy that was at Crystal Palace? Charlton Athletic. What's his name? Mick McCarthy and the guy at Crystal Palace. Forgotten his name. No, not Crystal Palace. Charlton Athletic. All those English coaches. British coaches, that time has passed. All that to say, Vinny Jr. is a crybaby. I don't know. You know the funny thing? He's a talented player. Why he does all those crybaby things? It's always surprising to me. Like, you're bigger than this. You're better than this. This is rubbish. But hey, I'm sure the club is encouraging him. Femi Hackett says they definitely robbed Marcel. It should have ended in a draw. Thank you very much, boss, for that one. Ogushola Abdul Karim Dayo say, good afternoon, sir. Do you think Arteta believe in defense solidity when it comes to big game and it's drawing the team back to attack mode when it comes to big games? I think that one of the reasons why you, myself, and a lot of other people are expecting Arsenal to win the title is that solidity in defense. Now, he has not had the quality of players that would transition a drawing game into a winning game. Take for instance, that Liverpool game, if that free kick was not scored, that's a draw. Would you have said, what's his name? Annie Slot is a bad coach for drawing the game? I'm not sure you would have. Let's not also forget that before Arteta, we were losing generously, lavishly, profigately to the big teams. When it started, first 3 seasons too, we struggled like that, even though we won the FA Cup, but we struggled with them. Now, we are, in the last 3 seasons, we've not lost to the big teams like that, like we used to, 4-1, 2-0, 3-0, 5-1. We don't do that anymore. That's progress. Now, because of expectations, sometimes we ignore progress. But the thing is, Arteta have done well with the big teams. Yes, he lost to Liverpool, and the pundit, the analysts, they all took it up over the top. I was asking a Man United fan who's in the UK, who lives in Cardiff, the other day, that When Man United, when Arsenal play Liverpool and lost, Peter Schumacher says they were boring, were negative. The last couple of games that Man United have played, especially against City, is that how you want Arsenal to play? Go and attack and then not defend well and lose 3 goals to nothing? Is that what will make Arsenal exciting? Because that kind of football is easy, but unfortunately, if you play like that, you will lose. Arsenal have played 5 games this season, considered only 1 goal. They've kept 4 clean sheets. Would you not rather build your team on that kind of defensive solidity instead of going gung ho? Say, man, Arsenal is the most entertaining team, but we just make top four. We barely make top four, or sometimes we don't even make it. So, in my own opinion, I think I like how he defends, how he goes about it. It is now left for the players' creativity, inventiveness to be able to find goals where there is none. I don't think it is Annie Slot that told Szoboszlai how to play that free kick. It was just something he came with. So Arsenal, Arteta also need players to come with something to help him in difficult times. There are times where coaches help players to get a team over the line. There are also, like yesterday now, Arteta helped the team over the line by making the substitution in the time that he made it, because Athletic Bilbao were beginning to feel like, you know what, this is the time to go at us now. For speed, they have now reduced their speed. They wanted to go at us. That's why they were keeping the high line. We got it and we scored with 2 goals, right? That's him helping the team to cross the line. There are also times where when we used to have Thierry Henry, Robbie Perez, Dennis Beckham, Freddie, that's a cheat code. We did a Drogba for Chelsea, play 10 finals, scored 10 goals. That's a cheat code. Man United having David Beckham, Paul Scholes, and Ryan Giggs in the same team, that's a cheat code. The question with this current Arsenal team is, what are the cheat codes that Arteta have going forward? Kevin De Bruyne, and Ike Gundogan and David Silva at the time was a cheat code for Pep Guardiola and Man City. Then you now also have Aguero in that mix. Then you now get past that one, you now have Haaland, Kevin De Bruyne. It's a cheat code. And Rodri, that's a cheat code. So going forward, what are the cheat codes that Arteta have that will make him say, no, I don't want to play defensive? I see people always say, oh, it's the manager that is holding the team back. You think that any manager goes into a game wants to play draw? No. But if you say you don't want to lose, you should know the strength of your team. I was asking my Caribbean friend who was talking about Arsenal being afraid, and I said, would you want Arsenal to play attacking football and then lose their defensive shape and then lose against the big team 5-0? What would you say? They were entertaining, but they lost. What would you... I mean, that's something you have to consider. And then Arteta have played in this Arsenal team where they were the best side. They were playing, knocking the ball, but they lose. So he is carrying the ball in the way I see Thierry Henry talk now on CBS. You could see that Thierry Henry is not a fan of the Arsenal. He wants to see the team win. Sometimes he gets overboard, but hey, it is what it is. When you are a fan of a team and you're coaching that team, Pep Guardiola at Barcelona is the best time of his coaching because he was part of the team. He was coaching a team that he grew up playing for. Captain. No, an easy team. You know, so I don't think he's holding the team back. I think he's setting himself up in such a way that he should get the best result. My own prayer is that those points that they drop against Aston Villa, Fulham, Tottenham Hotspur, all those local teams, they should start winning those points. Then go and die it out with the big teams. Win in your home, I win in my home, or I draw in your home, I win in my home. And we're fine. The Johnsons say Eze is the worst. He's extremely selfish. I don't know if I agree with you. Eze that use one touch to pass to your chorus. Selfish. Does selfish describe him? I think what is happening is he's come from a team where he's allowed to shoot at any time to a team now where he has to look out for other people. So it's a bit going to take him some time. Look at Nani Madueke. Nani job at Chelsea was just run at the defender, dribble. If you bring cross, good. If you don't, if you score, good. There are other people to do those jobs. Now he's at a team where, oh boy, you must provide for people. He's still playing that is small picking football, but eventually it will come good. That's what I think. But selfish does not describe easy by my books, but I respect your opinion. Savage _ you never walk alone. Say good to see you live. Thank you very much. Lame say, I am a Chelsea fan, but Arsenal is winning the Champions League this season. Whoa, that's a high shot too. Henry Morris, I don't miss Hey, whoa, I don't miss you. Paul, hey, bros, how far now? Paulo, out of Fina State. Ayabami says, playing at the Emirates. What does that mean? Chuchu, you say the year you left Brila was when I came to the US. Oh, okay. 2017. Chuchu, Murphy Jemba was Murphy Jemba. So what you guys hear, what I see is crude oil. What you guys hear is a part of that crude oil, like fuel or kerosene or diesel. Like I see the whole Murphy's process. Like if you see Murphy's research sheet for one show, it's enough material to run, I know they like 10 shows. And then the next day he will not sit back and say, I already have material. No. The next day is going to go, and you won't see him repeat the sheet of yesterday's show for. Murphy is good though. I mean, Brila was fortunate to have quite a lot of people. It's just that the environment was too toxic. Yeah, but I mean, I feel bad that they went from 5 stations to 1 station. Like, I feel bad about that. Like I always tell people, the fact that my final year at my university, the VC, they did something bad, or somebody deliberately make me have a carryover or cut my point and I don't get a first class, does not mean I should pray for the university to collapse. So that's not me. I wasn't raised like that. That I feel bad about. But how I was treated, I don't know, because I think that even to my parents, I'm not sure I've ever been that loyal to anybody like I was to Brila FM. So to be told that I'm not loyal is almost like the highest level of disrespect I ever got from anybody, any organization, any time in my life. And it felt very, very stupid, to say the least. But hey, life goes on, you have to. Now I have also the lessons I've learned there has helped me well in how I handle my staff and how I communicate to my thoughts. They will do wrong. When they do wrong, I know how to communicate to them. I don't communicate to them like I want to destroy them. No. And if people leave me, I mean, I've had people leave my organization and I still give them support. Because again, you don't understand what that support is. You can still call them back and say, we're doing this event, so come and be part of it. They will come. That's what that station is lacking. Like, they can't call any of their old boys. Like, the Nations Cup is coming, let's call those our old boys. Let them come and, like, do you know how many we be? From Bimba Diola till now, they say, okay, each day you have like 2 of the ex-Brila staff come do analysis on live matches. The first off, the increase in advert flow, the increase in audience listenership, the increase in commercials. But when you don't service relationship, everybody is bad, you are the saint. It's always going to be a problem. Diala can say Jide Alabi is, he was leaving while I was coming. We were together. I think one of the shows that Jide Alabi did that I loved the most was the game show. Then there is another guy, Jai the Black Alibi. Alibi is a musician and an OAP. Have one of the best voice on radio. And people have left Brila, Johansson, Zeno. A lot of people have left. And Rollins Agaigbe, say hi. Somebody's put a message that I need to view. Okay, the same message. Chichu say Liza Amoje was a great analyst as well back in the. See, in terms of sports reportage, presenting, analysis, you can't fault him. Doesn't matter what he did to me, how bad I feel, I cannot lie about the quality of the man in terms of doing his job. But well, I hope one day I meet the people who will speak good of him, Sha. I hope one day. So that it doesn't look like maybe I'm just the one lying or I'm doing it out of bitterness. I hope I meet people who will leave. Because if you're still working there, maybe you'll be diplomatic. who will leave and say, this guy is a great guy, this guy was good. But on the job, oh, I got not get nobody there for nobody be match him. That guy is good, oh. It's good. Like I didn't grow up in Lagos. I didn't listen to him at the beginning. But every time I listen to music and stuff, I used to send him text messages, man. Bros, you good, oh. You sabi this thing, oh. Like his use of word, the way he channels them. That guy is good. That guy is good, but it's just that what's the use of being all that and not having the respect of your peers and the people who work for you? That's what I'm always thinking. Like, we should be standing on the podium receiving award and giving him credit. Like, I wouldn't be here without you. I don't think there's anybody who will leave that organization and refer to him and try to give him credit for where. I still reverence Temisa Nokomi that I worked with at ITV. He was my boss. Dejamoto Ibo, the late Deji Tinubu, Bode Oguntuyi, Shola Ekpeku, Sanwo, all the people that I worked with, apart from Fela Bankolemo, who kind of like looked at me or some of us like we're nobodies. I don't have a personal encounter with him, but I just get that vibe of this guy is looking down on me, and I'll be like, man, this guy don't even know I don't play football. So this guy looking at me like one street urchin where they help. I just, stay in my lane, because the way I live my life is, if you love me, I love you. If you don't like me, I don't like you. You say, my emotions are not conflicted. I'm not confused about my emotions. If you don't like me, my dear, I don't like you. Okay? True to say, if I had an organization and someone like you, why won't I be excited? Nigeria can be despicable. No, eventually, what we all found out, and see, you can be honest with me and tell me that, look, if you work for me, you're not supposed to be bigger than the station or bigger than the owner. Now, I know how I go, because I used to wonder how people, I used to see managers, they will buy car, they'll be hiding it. They'll drive, they'll go park in mechanic and now use bike, come office. I'm like, why are these people doing this? Doesn't it send a bad message to even those people in those mechanic, those places, like, this organization not be good place? But then as time goes on, I start realizing, this whole idea is not, this is why this is like this, which is not right. I mean, let's be honest. Me, when we say, they help people when they work for me and they find job, I'll tell them, say, this campaign they on, they call me, I don't want to do it, but I submit your name in case they call you, go and do it. The money is too small for me, but I think you will need it. In our own time. Hey, Alex Pine, great guy. Love your content. Thank you so much. Olatunji Emmanuel says, do you think it's time Amorim is sacked, considering that he says he wants to stick to his philosophy? That's not working at the moment. If yes, who would you suggest they employ to replace him? I think Amorim should be sacked. Like, I've also defended him for quite a while. And I remember on Monday, Emmanuel Sabaste asked me, that content should be out today or tomorrow. And I told him straight up, like, listen, this guy should be fired. He has overshoot. I don't like stubbornness that does not have room for flexibility. Stubbornness, when you're winning, when you are ruling the world, you can be a bit stubborn. But when you've not, that since he came, he's not won any Premier League game back to back. Man United, I'm not their fan, but it's not the greatest club in the Premier League. And he's still insisting. I think the press conference after the City game, if I was Ineos, I'll fire him immediately. At that point, I'll fire him because he's offering nothing to me. But hey, now talk about who they would bring in. I think I'm beginning to get sick and tired of these young coaches. There's something about these young coaches that is making them have arrogance that they've not earned. I don't have a problem with people being arrogant. I'm arrogant myself. I'm proud myself. But you have to earn it. You have to have done things that put you in a play. Winning the Portuguese league back to back does not make you that arrogant when you're coaching a club like Manchester United. So I think what they need now is they should go and look for. Straight up, my recommendation would be Zidane. I don't think there's anybody in the class of 92 that can sit in any television studio and criticize Zidane. Because all of them, as good as they were all worshipping Zidane when he was playing. And Zidane won 3 Champions League back to back. Not too many coaches of the modern era can say that. Zidane is the only French manager that have won the Champions League. Not even the great Arsene Wenger or Garros have won it. So I will go for Zidane. Straight up. That's the coach that I think I will go for. Straight up. To replace Amorim. And if I'm Man United, for the next couple of years, I'm not going to get any young coach again. It has to be coaches that are tried, tested, and proven. The funny thing is, I might even go for someone like Conte. It's not going to come play the most beautiful football, but he will lock the training ground and tell the players his mind and tell anybody who wants to go to F off. Nothing will happen. But right now, all these schoolboy coaches that come around and they are acting like they don't achieve the world. I think that's a problem with Man United. Some Netiki says, I feel sick for months when you left Brila. The reason why I stopped listening to Brila till forever. Well, it's yesterday's story, Nasha. Dear Lauka say, my suggestion would be to have a panel from time to time and give you analysis to improve your channel. But we already have that now. Isn't that what the section with the Elegwete does? So my rice planter, Afana, yeah, my rice. Honestly, I feel like Example was someone who would be a good leader when I listened to his sports and music segment. Well, we all felt like that anyway. We all felt like that. Things happen. I used to tell my wife that when we do our work, we are acting. It's a script. I don't care how people relate to that. So, how you relate to the football analyst that I am, I really don't care about it. But you see, this is not me being an analyst. This is me living my life. How I am as a person, because there is, I would say, there is the myth, the man, and his legend, or his legacy. People who know the man that I am, they are the best people that should be able to talk about me. Now, if that man is sour, if that man is rotten, no matter how good I am professionally, something is wrong with me. Because whatever I do professionally as a job might be acting, right? It's like a marriage counselor, a very sweet marriage counselor that is cheating on his wife, beating his wife. But when he's functioning, or a pastor that is massive, but his children, and I've seen many of those, his children are close to destitute. They are lonely. They don't have the father, the presence, the love of a father in their life because he's busy trying to fix other people. That's a problem. So when I address myself, like when I criticize myself, I always say the analyst is a different person. The man is a different person. There's a line that will blur them. In my own case, they're almost the same people. But the analyst is a different being and essay is a different being. The analyst can be shit, can be useless, even though I try not to because that's what I earn from. So it should be consistent. But you see the man, that one I cannot afford because that's the one that would influence my children. That's the one that would influence my marriage. That's the one that would determine whether people would do business with me based on my integrity. That man must be up and doing. That man must be the guy who somebody can say, and when he give his word, he live up to it. His word has value. His character is we're not perfect, but his character is 80 or 90, 95% unblemished. That's the one. So I don't want to be a great actor and be a useless person. I don't want to be that. I've seen too many people like that, especially in this Nigeria and across the globe anyway. Sammy Diamond say, what are the days you are alive? So we're still contemplating. I'm still on it. I'm still looking for it. But I know that Monday will not work. The amount of gifts that I've gotten today is telling me I should do this again tomorrow because this is how I see it. When people start paying you to do your job, and then you now have an attitude of, I cannot be there. First off, they love what you're doing. That's why they're paying for it. And I think this is good enough to now say, you know what, if you have 1 hour free or 2 hours free, do another one. That's my thinking. And then having this type of audience, you have to sustain it. Meanwhile, talking about audience, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe to the channel. Help us grow. And please, we are trying to increase our membership. So if you have the means to join, because some people, their bank, their card does not allow them. Some people don't put their card on any online platform. I understand. But if you have the means to join, it's not really expensive, but having more members also help the algorithm. That's what I've come to discover. Also help the algorithm to advertise your channel. So having more members is good. I promise to give you guys more exclusive access to content, so you guys, members, would watch first before the general public will watch. That's not disrespecting, but it's just like when you go to a show, they have VIP tables and then they are popular side. So the VIP tables are like for the members, okay? Chuchu say Juventus versus Inter was the best game this season. Yildiz will go to Barcelona or Real Madrid. I also agree with you. I think that Yildiz movement is going to happen, especially Madrid, because Barcelona like to build their midfield within their academy, and all this issue with signing. Oluwajaba, thank you for 10 CS. Is that Canadian dollars? What CS? Okay, no, it's Canadian dollar. Thank you for 10 Canadian dollar. You say, Oga, well done. Keep speaking the truth. Bro, that's in they create enemies for me. Many people know, just because of that speaking truth, especially to people in government like NFF or Sports Commission. One guy be threatening me one time, say he go write to CAF. May they not give me accreditation for any tournament. I say, go ahead. Go ahead. If you not give me, I go send my workers go. You go see, cancel all of them. You can't cancel me. I also, you can't cancel me, because my work is built on helping other people get better than I meet them. Cancel me, other people will go shine. That'll be a big deal. That'll be the end of the world. I don't want to die now, but I'm saying if I fall down and die today, I have left a good mark that people will always talk about, whether you like it or not. If I die, I told Tony Beckett one time, I say if I die, I go trend. It's not easy to trend. I go trend because even those who hate me go miss the fact that, oh, you know that guy where if you talk, would always yab, would always insult. They will lose somebody to insult. So I've lived, I mean, I'll be 48 in December. I think that I've lived a life that people should be proud of. Anybody will be proud of. The life I have right now is somebody's dream life. So if you say you won't cancel me, what do you really they cancel? Because I talk, say, you know, sabi do your work, or the thing where you do, you know, doing well. And then there are days when you do well too, I go praise you. Hey, people just want praise singers, like just come and be worshiping me. You not be God, though. Even God said me, I the question God. Obi says, I hope say I never miss a lot. Funny enough, I just finished your 1 hour live you did yesterday. Another day to learn from you. Now they told me to teach her. So I remember Babajide say the topic he treated was making me perceive as someone that was compassionate with humanity. Yeah, it does come along. Again, I kind of like say if maybe now only 1 or 2 persons now get that bad treatment, you can really say, okay, these people are just nagging. The people are too many. It's not possible for that much many people. And then even the ones you call your loyalists now are stealing from you. There must be something you're not doing right. I mean, there must be something you're not doing right. But again, in Nigeria, one of the things that I've come to also realize is that when people are rich, you know, advise a rich man. The most difficult person to love, a woman that believes in a pastor and a rich man. Keep your advice to yourself. Choo choo. Thank you so much, my sister MC. Oh, thank you for $5, $4.99. I feel like I'm in Walmart, $4.99. Super proud of you and what you achieved post Brila is awesome. My God, also Mona say you see all these things that people keep saying what I achieved. The real MVPs, my wife, a guy called Ahmed Kalejaye. It's not always in the public space. That guy Toby Adekwaju introduced him to me in 2015. Helped me produce the first episode of Sports as the Hot, and then I got fired, right? I left Brila. Now, there was no pay because the idea before, I say I'm going to earn my salary, I'm going to give her like 50K. I earned 180 at the time. My salary had gone up to 180. I'll give her 50K. Me and my wife don't discuss her, and she agreed. And even them sick car, they were like, okay, we will find a way to maybe add like 10 or 20K, so then when you go to like 70K, right? Then I got fired. The only job I was doing was as a teacher in my school. I don't get paid. It's a free job. Now, me, they even spend money because those children, they must ask you for one favor or the other. Now, anybody within their right, because it's also surviving, can just tell me, say, bros, since nothing there again, I might just pack up. When this guy came to me one day and told me something that is not like we've quarreled, we've argued, but I always remember that thing. And he said to me that he's worked with quite a lot of people in this industry, a lot of people. That one thing he's going to tell me is that he went to church. I don't believe in those kind of crap, but this is what he said. And they told him that his destiny is tied to mine. And he said, bros, I go offend you. Sometimes I'm very slow. I'm not, this your rush, this your, I know the hurry, I'm slow. And I said, this was my response. God forgive me. I said, slowness and poverty should never be on the same person's body. If you are poor, you should always be in a hurry. And he said, no, you know they feel the hurry. So some of the content where you go do go delay. But there is something that tells him that our destiny are intertwined. You know when people say those kind of things, you kind of like feel like he's just trying to do eye service. And you know, to my wife, I told a few friends of mine. I have friends that I really talk to. I was like, hey, now you're a bad boy, and eye service they do. I was like, okay. Even if the eye service, what do I have to lose? Let's give him the benefit of the doubt now. If the eye service, if he tired, then they pay him. If they from mainland, they come Aja. That guy stayed in my house for nine months, yes. Now when the month when my wife won't born, I like, oh boy, you know if you stay here again. You know what it means to make that kind of sacrifice? Uncomfortable, that discomfort yourself just to see another person's dream come alive. And the dream is not coming alive. Man, not lie to that. It's not like we just started and then the numbers were growing. It was not coming. We do content, we find monetization. We got it, then we lost it, and then the channel was taken away. This guy not really go. So when you say post Brila I've done well, it's because of one, my wife, who called me one day and said, baby, you know if they give us monthly allowance again, but my shop will be taking care of the family. What you now have to do is anytime you get a job and they pay you, remember saying at this shop they feed the house before you do all your spending, or when you do the costing, add the cost of replenishing the shop. And I said, okay babe, no wala. And then another set of people who have been like real MVP, I won't lie, are people who just call me and say, Edafe, forget all this your pride or buga. We know that things are rough. What can we contribute to this your project? People have bought me cameras. People bought me generators. Henry Moru is here. And a group of people came together and bought me a generator one time that were having issues with lights and generator. And then there were people, like somebody like Mr. Best, who would just come in a week say, I know you need fuel. And I know you're not making money. We also know these things. Take 100K, take 50K. Linda, one strange woman that I've not met before, I don't know. I eventually attended her wedding anyway. You just call me, bros. Can I be your sister? You are my big brother. Let's just say, she'll send me money. And sometimes I say, bros, we'll not say things, no, they'll send to madam. Those are the people in the final analysis. People are like, oh, you're strong, you're tough. No. If those people were not there, I forgot crumble. Maybe I don't go back to Niger Delta, they go walk. You understand? So this is the real people. And then as the channel begins to grow, you can't take for granted the people who, in spite of, and to be very honest, my bluntness sometimes it hurts people. In spite of that bluntness, still subscribe to the channel. I see people sharing it. There's a guy I call Olariwaju. It's always like he's watched every content that I put out. Use my company logo to put on his own profile. There's the people who are willing to go the whole 9 yards with you. Those are the real people If I must be honest, those are the people that have made this channel stand. That's why I keep telling people that why I don't feel I can be cancelled is that there are people who have invested in this channel who also want to see it grow. I'm not the only person who want the channel to be 100,000 subscribers. When I woke up this morning, it was 21,400 and something. While we're doing this live, we've gotten about 20 people subscribing. So you can see this kind of people who generically support you. They are the real MVP. They are the foundation that people don't see. You know, this house, this house is, this house is fine. Oh, yes, it is fine. But what's keeping it up is the foundation and the pillars. But you don't see it. They are the invisible MVP. Yeah, I'm the face, I'm the guy everybody is interfacing. Oh, that you can analyze. Oh. And when this channel no exists, you know say you're not sabi analyze again. Because out of sight is out of mind. People don't see you like on a regular basis, they forget whether you exist. So if I really want to thank anybody, all these people that I've mentioned, and you guys, everyone, the guys who pay monthly membership, people who give us super thanks, like today now we'll have 2 people doing that, one from Canada, one from the US, and every other person. Imagine I'm doing live. I remember in the beginning when I started doing live, only 2 people are watching. My producer Kalejaye and my wife. Then sometimes Precious. Just the 3 of us. I will still do 2 hours. We're in the same building. Oh. My wife is downstairs, I'm upstairs. Kalejaye will be on the road. I think, okay, go to the other room. Just be commenting. Now, I'm going to do live to the point where I need to finish people message. Honestly, I'm grateful. I'm super grateful. But these are the real MVPs. These are the people who believe in the dream. Even when I was weary, I was like, I don't think I can do this because YouTube is hard. Somebody who is successful on YouTube that you should underestimate. Whether not Cristiano Ronaldo be name or whether not Mr. Beast or whether not Logan Paul, whether not Nigerians own guy. Anybody where you see get over 100,000 subscribers. Let's leave millions first. Respect them. They have put in the work. Like when I say put in the work, they put in the shift. And there are days where you just, you know that toilet. Now when you do YouTube, you go no say toilet. There is a reason why they call it restroom. When you go to that place, you want the shower because you don't want to make anybody know. You will cry. You cry your belly full. Come back, sit down there and ask yourself, not better when person died and person they do this one. And you go just do work hard for 1 month. You get 25 cents. Now you don't earn 25 cents for 1 month's work. How do you break it into hours? How do you break it into days? Some days you'll not get up to $2 in a month. You'll be happy. I made $2 this month too. YouTube will humble you. That's what I know. To humble you, like I don't care how arrogant, how pompous you are. You think so? Those people when they do TikTok, when they say tap, send me lion. It's funny when you see them doing it, but people like me know the effort they put in. And then you know it's worse when people start giving you advice. You don't say advice. Say, you know, hey, that you see all these people with their numbers are high. And all those guests when they wear bra, when they get big hands, just find like 5. I say, hey? If my mama did alive before, she will ask me, I say, when you become a pimp, who raised you? One bros for GT Bank that time say, your mama will don't die and I go give you food and your children chop now. I said, bros, I'm not fit to. I'm not fit. Can't do that thing. But it was funny, and then they will show you example. Hey, you know see Sabello, you know see this one, you know see that one. Bros, I'm not fit. Now sports we discuss. We go stay on this line. People have discussed sports. I go show a channel and say, look at United Stand. Look at AFTV. I know when they started, they were struggling. They don't put guests with Yansh for their channel any day. But you know that peer pressure of, say, but in Nigeria you do. You're not saying in Nigeria you do. Now what thing we they like, oh. God bless everybody who's believed in this channel, Sha. So Olubabajide, all the way from Taraba, always logging on. God bless you. Ateta is cooking better afang soup with Orishirishi with Asma. Stanley Amadi, he said, I love listening to you, Mr. Idafi. I never get bored listening to you, and you rekindle my desire to be professional sports journalist, even without a pay. Can I be around you to learn 18 or 2? Yes, you can. As a matter of fact, I have an opening because I have an intern that is working with me. Every Monday he comes to the studio. He just told me, I want to see how I want to learn how you function. I want to be close enough. So last Monday was his last day, but he's going to be here with us next Monday, not in an official capacity. He's going back to school. If you're in Lagos, I think that you should reach out to me via my DM. I will send you address, how you can come around. Learning is not a bad thing. For somebody to see you good enough to learn from you is also an achievement. It's of joy. But this is what I want. One thing I want to say, and I say it to everybody that's come to work with me: Mikolo, Jamil, Kalejaye, Joy. That one are my VIP right now. Like I want to see that girl become a superstar. Don't ever use this word that you use. I don't like it, even without pay. And I know that we always use it from a position of humility. And it's something that we've been raised with that is not really good. Instead, use the word, I would like to volunteer to learn, but my goal is to make money from it. Because too many people have used this word. They are using it against us. In journalism, they are not supposed to be paid. I hear people say things like, if you're looking to make money, don't come into sports media. That's why a lot of sports media owners, they employ people and they pay them. So I don't want anybody around me. I always tell my team, dress well, put on the best clothes, look good. If you're going out once in a month or once in a quarter, go to a top restaurant, go eat, snap pictures, you deserve to be happy. Forget a journalist, sports journalist is not somebody that is defined by suffering. I suffer past you. No. So when you see them, Thierry Henry, Michael Richard, Carragher, everybody even criticize. All the people they criticize and so they go die to be in his position. Or the girl with them, Kate Abdul or Kate Scott. So the ambition for service should also have results tied to it. Stanley, I don't know if you understand Stanley Amadi. Don't always over free because this industry have the most wicked gatekeepers. If you tell 10 people say you work for free, you don't know how long they will use you for free. It could be 10 years. You could start hating this job. Don't be so humble that you price yourself out of the deal, right? Italian edit say the match was yesterday. Which match are you talking about? Choo says our former coach at Leeds, David O'Leary, great guy, great guy, the most capped Arsenal player. Omagbe Innocent says, Innocent say good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to you. Polo, he said, Alan Kobishley, that's the name I was trying to remember. Bros, you did game, Alan Kobishley, all those guys, they don't old. So I think the best is to have them. I was talking to Martin Tyler earlier this morning, and I tell him I love the podcast that him and the other commentator are doing, but I would have loved a podcast of Alan Kobishley, Alan Pardew, Mick McCarthy, former West Ham, Tottenham coach. Hi, Jesus Christ, I just mentioned his name earlier now. All these guys just telling stories of their encounters with different players that we know. Just imagine that was going to be like one of the best podcasts ever. What's his name? Tottenham, Portsmouth, the guy that won the FA Cup with Portsmouth. Harry Redknapp, Frank Lampard's uncle. Harry Redknapp. Pure Mindset say any hope of Barcelona this season in the Champions League. If injury doesn't set in that midfield and the defense is able to hold it, Barcelona is a threat. I mean, there was the other day when I spoke about the Champions League, I put Barcelona in the semi-finals for me. So let's get to the quarterfinals and semi-finals and see. But they are a threat. Man Grace Resort Center, I say I strongly desire Arsenal win the Premier League. Me too. But you see, my mother used to talk, say, if you want to friend fine woman, not be desire. You go work, Christian. She said there's this thing she says in Urobo. If you clacky, RMD, they're ready fit to be clerk, that's secretary in a big organization. You go no book, Christian. So it's not the desire, but I understand what you meant by that. Mangrace Resort says hi to you too. Chuchu say, where's Bimba Adiola now? I think he's somewhere in Chicago, but he's still doing shows. Or his MTN show. Great guy, great bros. When I left, he was one of the earliest people that reached out to me, and it was like, "Hold firm, oh. Say what you're about to experience. I'm not sure you've experienced it in your life. You're about to experience a storm because he's faced it, a storm. But the you that I know for the few time we work together, I think you're a tough guy. You're a tough guy. Just stay tough. Choose what path you want to follow that is good and go on it. Then the Jamoto feels like my elder brother because he's always reaching out to me, telling me, it's going to be tough. We've been on this path before to do freelance, to fly solo. We started it when we were bachelor. You have children. It's going to be tough, but if you can stay consistent, 10 years time, you'll be proud of what you have done. The Yamato Ibo is a gift from God to me. Bimba Adela is in the US, maybe Boston, somewhere in that region. Man Grace Resort. Only how you talk. Ogun Shola Abdul Karim Dayos. What do you think of Mourinho going back to Benfica as a manager? I've always said that it would be nice for Mourinho to end in Portugal. Because that's where it started. If you go and listen or watch the interview I had with Owobokiri, I love what he said about working with Jose Mourinho. And I've watched a lot of people talk about their working relationship with Jose Mourinho. I think that your country deserves to have you back. Because there's just something about that feeling that I started here and I'm rounding up here. It's a good feeling. Chichu says, Temisa Akomi had a hip up show on Saturday back in the day. Yeah. Temisa Akomi is the kind of guy you work with. The first person I work with that does not think, do you know me? I'm your senior, I'm your guy. It levels up with you, teaches you, and also listens to you. Like he believes you have something to offer. So you're not just, I not get money, I say they debit my money at bank. Well, man, not talk. That kind of working environment would make you explode in your best form. And that's when people say, oh, ITV, your analysis in ITV was one of the best. I say, everywhere I've done analysis, I've done my best. But why ITV was like that was that it was too comfortable. I've never seen that type of comfort. Even the few times I've gone to Super Sports for Monday night football, they cannot compare. That's why whenever they ask me if I want, I said, no, I'm not interested. You can't come. ITV, I was living in this estate that time, right? The studio is in Ikorodu. This is Aja. There's a driver with AC car that is like for me. Imagine every other person on the show is on the mainland. They didn't bother. It's a driver that comes here, pick me up, take me there. As we go branch. I say I have shirt from ITV. We're branch either twice as nice or TM Louis. To be very honest, I've not worked in a place like that. Apart from probably when I was working in Globestar, in Warri, and Escrav. Even Escrav was like, we really want to compare. As the year end, if you see the bag of rice, it's not the regular bag. That bag of rice will fill two bag of rice with half. When they gave, I know what time was I doing. I was a bachelor. I sent it to Warri. Oh God, felt like I was playing professional football again. In Europe, ITV was good, and Temisa was, and then I was surrounded by great guys. People were not envious of you, who were not looking down on you and saying, "Who be this small boy? Who is this one?" No. Obi said, "Try hard tackle between you and Tony or overdose that year. The quality of the OAP in Brila then was mad. What's your relationship with them, especially Tony Becker?" Tony is my friend. We're from the same states, even though he grew up in Lagos. So we do. We're planning a beach act in a couple of weeks ago, but you know how busy we can be. But I always tell him that I'm afraid for you because if we go do a beach hangout and the picture come out, the face I don't want to be responsible for that. So let's keep it on the quiet. I mean, the wife was my accountant officer for a while. We're very close friends. My kids were going to the same school with his son for a while before they moved out of that school. So we're friends. Overdoses are my picking now. We're pals. There are a lot of good people. Me and Murphy, we still dey talk every day. Like Murphy, Sexy Joe. Sexy Joe is my protege, so we go always talk. And a host of all of them. So we have very good relationship. It's hard for me to lose relationship with people unless you really do me dirty. If you do me dirty to a place where I see it feels like you are trying to hurt me, like what you're doing, that's when you lose me. When what you're doing is set up in such a way that it might damage me, I'll cut you off because there is also a bad in me that you might not be able to withstand. And if I start bringing that out, something will go wrong. So I will avoid you. Hamed Abiola say, hi sir, what did you think about Spurs game last night? And do you think Spurs have one of the best defense in Europe? One of the best defense in Europe? No. One of the best defense in Premier League? Yes. Across Europe, they need to be tested more. There's still a lot to happen before we can make that decision that they are one of the best in Europe. But as it stands today, maybe top 10, top 15 best defense in Europe. My only problem with that defense line is the fact that there's no backup to the defense. That's the problem. No backup. It's what Arsenal used to have, where if the two center back gets injured now, they will struggle. Best defense means you have like for like kind of backup. You see, Mascara has come in, and Arsenal is still keeping clean sheet. They are not struggling defensively. That's what you want. Not when when Saliba goes out, you bring in Sanderos or Mustafi with the mark referee. That becomes a problem. But I think they are good. But it was also sort of injustice to win the game in the way they did. No fault of theirs. The goalkeeper of the opposition just didn't do well. But that's the way I see. Chuchu said Zidane is going to coach France. He isn't coaching any club side. France are not willing to sack the Didier Deschamps. So what should he do? Church Hill Ayerume says hi. Diala Uka say absolutely. Ogunshola Abdulkarim Dayo, make una like, click the like buttons. Thank you very much. Ahmed Abiola says hi. Hair Now Studio says, where are you, G? I'm in Lagos. Uncle, where you? I'm in Lagos. Unsolicited intellect. Say, yeah. Never heard about you. Saw a reel of yours on Instagram and just said I had to follow you on YouTube. Watch every video. You're just superb. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am really, really happy for that. People like you are very rare. You know, in this world where attention is very expensive, it's hard. Mangrace Resort Center says at Elegbete TV, the channel. Yes. Yeah. Alat Cab Africa. Is that like a business? Is that like a service? Is this because there's a guy that offered us one service in Morocco. So I sent in Naira and he sent me dirham. Passport money. Search for them on Instagram. And they provide that service all across Africa, Europe, and America. The guy is so efficient. Sent him 3 million. I've not seen him, I've not met him. We're just chatting on Instagram and Twitter DM. It was fantastic. The guy was fantastic. His rates were good. Is that the kind of thing you do? I don't know. Alat Cab Africa say, love your being blunt. And that's it, people hate person. But thank you very much. Divine, okay. Divine, have fun. I don't tell. You don't abandon your guy like this. How can we be brothers and you be doing me like this? It's not fair. My wife don't they ask me to call her do something, so I need to saw that coming. My wife is now on my head. The mind okay says, Baba, I dey hello. You want to unsolicited intellect. He said, I love how you incorporate football with real life experiences, how you digress and ultimately land at a solid point. Your analogies are wild and absolutely mind-boggling. Thank you very much. But some people don't like it. Some people get angry with it. Jaso Soleyev says hello, and then he said hi. He say, "What you from?" I'm from Nigeria, and unsolicited intellect sent us $2 Canadian. Thank you very much, boss. God bless you. Thank you very much for supporting. Ben Constantine, Ben, how far now? How you doing? I don't use define your comments. Say good afternoon, sir. David Oduna Yomide Babalola. Say big shout out to Chelsea FC, but we struggle to make top 4 this season. Will they struggle? So apart from Arsenal and Liverpool, okay, the pool is actually not too. The gap is not wide, though. It's not far from them. Oh. You know, Chelsea will go on that run of some 10 games unbeaten. I won't say they will struggle. I think they will make top 4. They are not in the title race, but they will make top 4. That's what I think anyway. I might be wrong. Because at the beginning of the season, I thought Man United would do better, but look at them now. So I might be wrong. Ben Constantine say, have you watched the Osaze interview? Is it a new one? If it's a new one, I've not watched. I've not seen any Osaze interview for a while. But if you can point me to it, if you can share me the link on any of my DM on Instagram, or if you have my WhatsApp number or Twitter or TikTok, I'll be fine. But I can search for it as well. Mangrace Result Center say, what's your plan for grassroots sports journalism in Nigeria? I do not have any plan. When it comes to that, I've already been doing it since, so there is no plan again. I will just continue what I have been doing. One of the rules when I started was that I'm not going to work with anybody that has worked in any established media. My platform is to help those that are coming, and not just help them by sending them to go and cover tournaments. If you remember when I produced the league in 2022-2023 season, most of the people that I used, it was their first time, but I just called them tell them like, I believe in you guys. This is the idea. This is let me be your connector. Connect your mind to my own. This is what we should do. We will make mistake, but over 2 or 3 games we'll correct it and we'll take it far. That's one. If you look, the people that I took to Ghana, Kalejaye, Jamil, Teresa, who is now in Thailand doing her masters and also doing basketball show. If you follow T-Mac on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, you see all of them. And Joy was the first time they were leaving this country to go cover any event. Apart from Jamil, it was the first time. When we went to the Women AFCON in Morocco, Joy and Mikolo, first time of doing it. And the lady that went with us as well, Sonia. So for grassroots, I always tell people that I'm a grassroots man. My channel started with grassroots. I would always do grassroots content, always. And for upcoming journalists, I know that I talk to a lot of them. Oh, this report is great, is good, but for it to be great, you have to do this. Not everybody must work with me or work for me. But one of the things is, if you're bold enough to ask questions, if you're bold enough to come at me and ask me, oh, see what you do, what direction you should go, I give. It's just that sometimes I already know that certain people are in their like embryo stage where they should make mistakes, but some of them, the primary reason why they're there is, I want to be famous. No. You're not going to fit. You're not going to fit. But you have to be consistently doing what you're doing and doing it and believe in it enough. And then eventually it will take you to where you're going. Mangrace Resort Center is laughing. I don't know why he's laughing. Lord Mayor says sports. Now we're over 1.5 just. Sorry, bros. I know that feeling. Yum Jonah Adams. This afternoon, sir. With what Real Madrid are playing, so you see them as contenders either the Alligator Champions League. What's Alligator again? I think with Madrid, and I've said it before, with Madrid you can't write them off. You do not even have the wherewithal to write them off. And then again, Madrid does not really, recently, they don't really do well in the group stage, but they go on to win it. So it's not, I can't classify them in this league stage now. They know that between 1st to 16, you qualify. First to 24, sorry, you qualify. They will do everything to qualify. Madrid will be judged when they get to the knockout stage. When we get to that playing over 2 legs, that's when we'll judge Madrid. They are one of the teams that I will still put out there. But then there are so many teams contending for the Champions League now. The English clubs, you cannot write any one of them off. From Liverpool to Arsenal to Man City, even Spurs, you can't write them off. I don't think that Spurs will win it, but you just can't write them off. That's what I'm saying. Inter 86, he say further Inter. Lord Mayor say Diego Simeone say him ready for Liverpool. He go miss Julian Alvarez. Divine Toke say Baba now Lagos and walk while my brother and all of us actually do. Temitayo, Chami you savage. Just join in now. Maybe a bit late, but I will play catch up later. Lord Mayor say that Madrid penalty he not follow at all. I said it now. That was robbery. That game, worst case scenario, should have ended in a draw. So, guys, at least I managed to read every comment today. Hopefully, in short, I owe you guys. I mean, 3 people have collectively given me 21,000 naira. So, I can't say no. Tomorrow, by this time, 1 o'clock tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm not sure I can do 1 o'clock. Because tomorrow, I've committed to be on Hindsight Podcasts. So the host, was one of the commentators that really helped my production of the league in 2023, and he's been reaching out to me for a while now. And I told him I'm coming tomorrow, so I'm going to be on the Hindsight Podcast tomorrow for their recording in VI. Now, you know how the traffic can be. Recording will start by 10. If I get here early, but I give you guys my word, I'll do live tomorrow, maybe 1 hour. I don't like doing live in the morning again because many people say that they are just getting to work and all that. But I'll try my best to do. Worst case scenario, I'll do live in the morning because I will not have to leave here early. I'll leave here early like 5:30 a.m. get to VI. So that time while I'm in the car waiting for the podcast to start, I will do a live. I'll come live from somewhere around 8-ish, so that those of my way they go walk. And I go join me till maybe like 9 o'clock or 8:30. I'll go join them. When I'm done, I'll come back home. But guaranteed on Friday, I will do live 1 o'clock. Thank you very much, everybody, for being on the show today. God bless you. Last 2 comments that just came in, or 3. Ben Constantine said Murphy is back tomorrow. I can't wait. Man, I'm gonna follow that show because Murphy is loaded. Obiora Emeka, I say, I beg you, they give us time for live. Tomorrow, I give you my word, 7 a.m. tomorrow. On Friday, 1 p.m. Yes. And Tamir says, let me chip this, sir. How did you see the No, that was a penalty now. That one is a penalty. You can't even argue that one. That's a penalty. And that Real Madrid don't understand where the referee for the manufacturer. Tamir says Kelly was falling already. Okay. Well, as it is, this is where I wrap up. My wife wants me to come and do something for her in the shop. So I need to be obedient husband for peace to reign. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you to every one of you who sent us money. Thank you for the support. Thank you for everybody who subscribed right while this live was going on, and for everybody who watched our other content and comment on it. And those of you who are kind enough to watch and then invite other people to come and watch and also share on your platform, that's like over the top. Thank you so much. God bless you and have a wonderful day ahead. And for those of you who put money for something, may your ticket be green. Bye.